So today is my birthday, and I love my birthday for multiple reasons. I get to spend time with friends and family, I get to eat cake, sometimes there's presents involved, and for selfish reasons, it's a day that's all about me.
This guy!
And of course, with all birthdays comes the phrase, another year older is another year wiser. But the past few years, I've been without a few of these components that make me truly enjoy my birthday. Due to the way the world is, it's hard to have gatherings with friends and family. I can't eat as much cake as I used to. But I am left with one of those components, and that is another year older is another year wiser. It's a little scary to think about, I guess. It means that I have to have gained some sort of knowledge from this extra year of life I've lived on this earth, right? Right? But in the last while, I haven't really been feeling like myself. And why is this? Am I becoming less wise? For example, I had a moment in very recent history where I started questioning my life's path and what I was doing in music, really. I was questioning if I was good enough or if I belonged in it, if I have chosen the right career path. And, that's something that I've never doubted in my nearly 12, 13 years of doing it. So when that question popped into my brain, it sort of freaked me out. I've been doing this for so long and it's been a passion for so long, so why am I starting to lose this fire? So going back to this pressure of another year older is another year wiser, it kind of had me concerned in that I was starting to regress with age and that I was starting to take steps back instead of steps forward. I had a talk with my former voice coach and really good friend Heidi Corte recently, and sort of expressed this concern and this self-doubt of falling out of love with music and if I had even belonged in music. And she had something very valuable to say to me. And I don't quote her exactly, but she said something along the lines of, as we grow older and as we grow wiser, there's something that we start to lose touch with, and that is our childlike wonder. With this in mind, I go back and look at the projects I completed as a teenager on this platform and realize that yes, I've completely lost touch with my childlike wonder. And there's a bit of a paradox with these ideas. How can we be so in touch with this childlike wonder if we're supposed to grow wiser as we grow older? Or is there wisdom in maintaining this childlike wonder? Face it, being an adult kind of sucks. There's a lot of just stuff that you gotta do all of a sudden, and from the little adulting that I've done so far in my, very young adult life, I still have to call my mom every time I fill out a tax form, and, maybe one day I'll even take over doing my own taxes, but for now, thank you, Mama Joe. So my first step in combating this was to regain not all, but some of my old routines that I had as a teenager, still living with that childlike wonder. I started playing video games again.
Come on. Oh, tripping! It's a quality shot.
When I first moved away from home, I didn't bring any video games because my brother and I shared the PlayStation, and we had agreed to just keep it in Winnipeg when I moved to Edmonton. I thought this would be better for me anyways, as I would have less time to fool around with video games and more time to be focused on creating music and content for YouTube. But let's go and witness a quick trend. Hi, how's it going everyone? Voiceover Dane here, coming to you from post-production. I've done some very intense research looking back at the frequency of my creative output over the last 4 years of my life. For purposes of these numbers, a video qualifies as any production that required multiple layers of editing, such as arranging, filming, audio recording, video editing, and mixing, such as a music video or a more intricate TikTok video. Let's start with the video game's absence side. As you can see, I produced just a measly 17 videos in 27 months, averaging for just 0.62 videos per month, and an overall happiness level of not a lot. Whereas the video game's present side, there were 46 videos produced in 21 months, leaving us with an average of 2.19 videos per month, with an overall happiness level of a smiley emoticon. Alright, back to Vlog Dane. Maybe this is bullshit, and call me on it if it is. Maybe I'm just looking for a reason to justify playing more video games. But then again, right now you're sitting here watching a completely different video that I never would have made if I didn't re-download NHL 22 on the PlayStation 4.
What?
I guess my approach to it is the more in touch I can be with my younger self, the more I'll be led to believe that I'm still growing up as opposed to being grown up. Saying that we're grown up puts a lot of pressure on ourselves to be, well, grown up. One of my favorite things that my mom says to me every time I see her is that she still doesn't know what she wants to be when she grows up. Keeping this childlike wonder, I find, takes away the pressures of needing to have life all figured out. Otherwise, we go down rabbit holes on Instagram and Facebook and compare our lives to other people who have their lives figured out. Or at least people that like to show they have their lives figured out on social media. So as of today, I, Dane Bjornsson, am 22 years old. And do I feel any wiser? Not astronomically. So to keep in touch with that childlike wonder this year, my goal is to play more video games. That, of course, is not the only thing that I plan on doing. So with that, I'm going to transition to a few of the things that I do want to do this year of 2022 and in the age of 22. The first thing is to simply make more music. I wasn't opening up Pro Tools and Logic nearly as much as I wanted to this past year, and of course, I was going through a creative drought and lack of passion for the craft in the first place. But I believe that if I give myself enough time as well as enough PlayStation 4 breaks, that I can approach every song and every session with that same kind of childlike wonder that I used to. Secondly, I want to release another single. This one is actually inspired by my friend Emily, who she releases music like crazy. I asked her, I said, give me a release date. So, you know what? I might as well share this with you now. June 24th, 2020.
2022, just to clarify.
June 24th, 2020. I got some ideas, but I don't know what it's going to be yet, so I hope that I come up with something good by then. Also, be sure to go check out Emily's music. I'll link to all of her stuff in the description below. Emily, thanks for being sick and a good inspiration. Thirdly, I hope to complete a full-length album this year. I know with Wondering, it was kind of on the brink of an album. I decided to call it an album because I was like, it just sounds so cool to say, dropping the debut album instead of dropping the sophomore EP. It was 7 songs. I know my buddy Jaden bothers me for it all the time. But anyway, I do want to complete a full-length album this year, and not necessarily for release in 2022, but I do want to write the songs, produce the songs, record the songs, and mix the songs. A goal of mine ever since I heard Mariana's Trenches Ever After in 2011 is to make a record that just flows song to song, like one to another, and that's something that I'm starting to work towards now. I have the first few tracks sort of figured out, and I'm really hoping that this year I can complete that goal. The fourth thing on my list of to-dos for 2022 is to write and hopefully successfully get a grant. I've got a few ideas of certain projects that I'd want to back, and it would most likely be a music video grant or a marketing and promotion grant. I think that there's definitely a lot of things that could happen with the right amount of funding for all these big ideas I got going on up here. And the fifth thing I want to keep doing in 2022 is to make more YouTube videos. And this one is actually inspired by a friend that I've never met in person, nor have had a real in-time conversation with. But that's my buddy Harrison, and he just made his first sort of vlog-style YouTube video like this that I recommend you go and check out. I'll put it on my computer screen right there in post. I heard a quote from, I believe it was YouTuber Matt Diavella, who was just like, document everything. We have this power. And, why not? Harrison's been a super cool dude to just sort of look up to and see what he's always doing. And, I think that we have a lot of similar ideas and goals as creators, so just wanted to say thanks for the inspiration there, Harrison. And lastly, I want to thank you for watching this, and this whole video has just been a manifestation, really. So hold me accountable to my goals, the things I say that I'm gonna do, and maybe I'll see you in the next vlog style YouTube video, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube things, the like, the comment, the subscribe, the dislike if this wasn't your jam, sorry. Favorite, notification bell, share, all that stuff. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.